All right, welcome to Open Hollow Games. This is Daryl Davey. Today I have both Rob and Phil with me. For those of you eagle-eyed viewers, we are recording this the same night we have done our previous post, but that was running a bit long, and I don't want our videos going over an hour in case someone does want this on in the background to hear my beautiful nasally voice, or Phil's laugh, or
yeah, that's pretty much it.
I can hear you in a crowd. If I'm at a con and I'm looking for Phil, I just wait for you to laugh and go, oh!
Yeah, I found him.
He's around.
It's like Goofy.
Or Seth Rogen.
Yes, I love it. I love it though. It is a perk for me. So with all that said, today we are going to be playtesting Skirmish. We did that a little bit in our other video here, so we won't be going over a lot of the stuff that we have said in that. Rob is now a pro. It takes 2 games to become good. It takes, well, I guess I don't know until you get used to the pieces how long it takes to be a pro in this. But we are going to be doing a 3-player game, and as promised, I'm going to bring up one of the rules that I think we need to solve. I will state in this video, we are not going to move to a hex board. There's various reasons. This will never be a hex board. We have another game that will be hexes. This is too far in development and too many other pieces, and it's working.
Stop asking.
Yeah, stop asking. This is working the way it is. We're not moving it to hex. It's a great idea, but
we'll use it for something else.
We will use it for something else. That is a promise. But how do we handle 3 players and this setup where it makes it not so... Do we move someone further over? What I would like to test, because I'm the middle player, is... That could work. Is... What if the middle player got 4?
I don't know. That's an interesting idea. Other than the fact that you're giving it, you don't have a, you're adding an extra die.
Well, if there's only 4 people or 3 people and there's 4 I could use whoever's 4th color as an extra dice and an extra piece. But that'd just be my king color and these. Well, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know that I like 4. Okay. I don't know why. I can't exactly say why.
No, and I don't know either. It was a thought of, then I don't have to have anything weird with the board, but it does add a lot of weirdness to it. Rob, any gut feelings on 4 in the middle?
I'm wondering, as far as a scale goes, like if you could do something else where you place your characters, the middle character, or the middle player, can place anywhere in their zone, as long as it's gray, or ramp things up if they choose.
So they would have more flexibility.
How much of a benefit do we want there?
See, I don't know that the middle player is a possibility, but this game has some like social interaction to it, especially when you got 4 people around the table. There's a distinct possibility that 3 of them are going to gang up on the other guy because he's a putz. And who's to say that the middle guy and the guy to his left aren't going to say, well, let's knock this other guy out and then we'll fight it out when everything's finished.
Right.
So,
where do these intersect? Center, I suppose.
Oh, you're trying to get
triangulated a little bit. So, like, if center is here.
So what? So
could it be like mid to center?
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. So 4 to center. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You're talking about off the front, a diagonal, or going straight into it. So I mean, technically, this is a shorter route to the center. If you're playing the middle person, would have a shorter route to center.
But that's not super advantageous.
No, not really. I mean, having a start point here basically moves the center 1 square in.
I don't hate this. and it's intuitive. You just stick it, you schmuck it between the two, and then you still have the same area.
Yep. You still have your same. I mean, here it's in the corner. I would absolutely say that you're starting in the middle of your 9 square start.
Would we want to give this a shot that way then and see how that feels?
Sure. You want to play middle, or you want me to do it?
I'm fine. I mean, this way you're barely middle. You're much less middle than
Yep.
I was the other way. This way, I have somebody on both my sides. If you were here, for sure, you can both angle in and then go out.
Mm-hmm.
Where this way, we each kind of, like, you have maybe a little more side space than us.
No, because with the duelist, you're already messing around with that 6 roll to begin with, and
that's true.
You want to be careful of that center line. So I'd be real leery about moving the kings closer to that center line.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I think for 2 players, you'll have a full team of 2 to pick. 3 players, you have a full team of 2 to pick. And then 4 players, you'll have 3.
Okay.
Unless, I mean, you think with 4 players, well, I like more people to be able to have. Because if we had just 2 sets of each one, on my end, that'd be a lot more time efficient and whatnot. But I don't know if that wouldn't be enough choice to give people either. But there's 3 of us regardless, so I think I like a limited selection pool to a degree.
I mean, we originally is 3 sets.
It was 4 sets.
4 sets.
Yes, everybody could have essentially the same team if they wanted to. I don't love that.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about 8 people. There's a maximum of 12 pieces on the board.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going from I would say 3 at most.
Yeah.
And that gives you 24 pieces. It's half the pieces are on the board for a full game.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
You would drop it to 2.
I don't know that I'd drop it to 2.
Okay, I'm fine with that. I mean, that would just be this amount. I mean, for All Hallows Eve, I'm printing 16 trick-or-treaters anyways, so that leaves me within that same ballpark. So, no big deal. I was just curious, because that's one less thing I have to print. That's that much faster it can come out. It's that much cheaper it can be for the consumer.
Yep.
But all of that digress. Right now, we've got 3 players. I like this idea. You are currently pig in the middle. Nice.
Okay.
And
2.
Oh, it's roll 2.
Ooh.
Because then it's just that much less of a chance of us getting the same.
Ooh, 8.
8.
7.
I got 6.
Ooh.
So look at you thinking you had a 2. Or the person in the middle gets a +1 to whatever they roll to start.
See, I wouldn't.
Even
starting here, I wouldn't think so.
No.
Starting there, I would if we were still starting in the corners, I would absolutely say yes.
Okay.
The fact that I'm essentially I'm able to get to the center of the board faster, I don't think it's advantageous.
Oh, right, because then you would then also be able to... Yeah, okay, cool. But, all right, so you pick first, then left is law.
Gotta go with the best character.
All right, I'm gonna get one before they're gone.
he going be annoying people today.
He gonna be gone.
Yeah.
And this jockeying is what I like. I probably would have not picked it, but I like me having a cleric more than I like Phil having a cleric.
I find it trusty.
I have actually gone away
from that board control.
From that the control. The ones that I've been playing with John we've actually gone. The melee fighters have been kind of king of the board, and I like the thief duelist archer combo has been the best for me so far.
Interesting. I'm gonna. I hate to do this to the viewer, but I'm gonna try and scooch this in just even a kiss more.
But the cleric and the bard are still very annoying.
I think they're all good. I think they all have their merit, and I think that the hard part of choosing is the best part. Screw you guys.
I'm taking my barriers and I'm going home.
Yep. All right, the rest of you, you didn't do well enough. You didn't look good, cute enough at the tavern to get hired.
John would be so upset that there are still 2 fighters in that group.
All right. Who is last to choose? Rob?
Mm-hmm.
It's first to go then.
Mm-hmm.
I have a 3 and a 2.
See, I made it would be.
Yeah.
I don't hate that idea. I don't know if it's an. I like the idea of passing the buck. The option is there if you want it.
John has this little. It's a little drill.
Yeah.
And it's like the size of a glasses screwdriver.
Oh, pause. One sec. Were you gonna debuff anybody? You can't look at his yet.
Yep, that's I didn't. We'll debuff you.
Of course you would.
As you should. Let's see here.
If my Switch wasn't stolen, I'd have some cool music in the background, like tavern music going on. But we also have to watch out because of copyright. We got shut down that other time when we were live streaming.
Oh, bummer.
That was
annoying.
Yep. So you're debuffing me. Well, this is this is one thing I think we had some going back and forth on was like I have to wait till my turn, so I couldn't slow you down if I had wanted to debuff you. I mean, it's a turn 1 problem, I guess.
Yep.
But that makes the cleric kind of.
Well, I mean, turn 1, maybe not that powerful, except for the first player.
Yeah.
And
then I can do this too, and just
cancel it out. Yep.
Because I mean, I could. It's always that next turn. I can debuff either of you next turn, so on and so forth.
Well, I mean, if you're calling the debuff before you roll, I mean, I wouldn't have an issue with round 1, last player saying, "Hey, it's round 1. I'm going to debuff you this turn."
Yeah.
I guess I don't have an issue with that.
No, I don't want to. With this close of a match, I'm putting them out right away. So that was one of my 3s. I love being able to cast, and it does give me that like ability to, like.
See, you originally put out the anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I think the anywhere is just
too powerful. Because then I could be like,
yeah, I'm gonna force you to go in this direction or back the way you came.
And I think 3 is also too much.
I can see your point.
Yeah.
I would not be upset with 3, but it needs to be more than 1.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm gonna 1, 2, and then 2. Yeah. So that's that.
What if it's 3 movement? So 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3. So you kind of have that.
I think it's too much to count and think about. Just 2 out
okay.
Is just it's more. It's less counting. It's more. Is it adjacent or is it 1 out for me?
Okay.
Pop pop. 1. Oh man, 1, 2. Dumb. That's what that is. 2. All right, Rob. Are you going to increase or decrease? Buff, debuff. Sounds like a Pokemon. Jigglypuff evolution.
We'll spread it around. Gotta keep
giving the love.
Hopefully keep some friends. Spread it around.
Friends are overrated.
This is war.
4.
I like being able to see people actually playing too, but I think this is fine. We'll get her set up in how we want. I don't know if any other.
Well, talking to Jeremy today, we were going through the him wanting to create that maker space.
Yeah.
And he's all about like setting up a broadcasting area.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I think it'd be cool to have a couple cameras if you're gonna allow people to create a podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, create an area where they can play board games online. Create a spot where you can.
Well, I wish I'm talking with Cat 7. Half the people are on board for it. The other half wants their own studio. I think we have a studio right next door that we would use that's already set up and has all the equipment, so on and so forth. I do put this stuff on Cat 7.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not a lot of people seeing it, but hopefully it attracts a younger audience and more people are more interested in it. But all that said, but yeah, it'd be nicer than having like my basement lighting and so on and so forth. But like we say, like, all right, the nights we're filming, we go to the Rise spot or and makerspace and do it. Ooh, 1 dead.
I did not see that coming.
That's what I love about this game. It really is. It is. There are so many things, but it's like you get to the point where you're super strategic for a while. You're like, okay, gotta think everything, and then you're just like, I already used my 1 off camera, so I can't say it again. But you're like, beans. 3. We're gonna send it full tilt. Go. And there's a happy medium of yes, you can overthink this. Yes, there's lots of strategy and tactics, but truly, the heart of this game is just have fun slaughtering everybody and go from there.
Ooh, pulled a 6. I'm glad I stepped away a little bit.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That might waste my guy right away.
Bring it in, Cletus.
I know he's deader than dead though. If I do.
Yeah, considering I need to roll a 2.
And yeah, he's gone. I mean, it's good.
The 2 kills him, but that's the thief that run in and shickety shank.
How about instead?
But
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could.
Hey, have we decided? We talked about the buff debuff. I only get to buff me. I only get to debuff other people.
Yeah.
Have we like thought any more about the political aspect and being able to buff other people?
I think it could be an alternative role. I think it goes into our higher form of play, which currently is.
I did see your alternate rules page.
Yep,
yes.
Fallen foes. Wild Wizards, which used to be Mad Mages, which I like the word more, but nobody wants to use the word mage. Like, all are wizard elitists. So Wild Wizards it is. Singles, slow roll, full roster, big team tournament. I think, and any of these are like check boxes. You can do a Wild Wizard big team tournament. You can do it whatever.
Yep.
As long as your opponent knows. It's like Smash. You just pick what you do. All right. I'm gonna do. I put everything back.
I like the political aspect of being able to. It's like, hey, can I get a buff this next turn?
Right.
I know I'm set up to attack you right now, but I will like forego attacking you to get a buff.
Right.
Just so I can slaughter Daryl. Or to ensure. I mean, and there is like right off the bat, there's a couple spots where it's like, man, I would really love to be able to roll a 7, but I can't. Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Yeah. That took a lot. That was more of me actually moving a piece laid, piece played. It wasn't, but you were all distracted talking. I had to visually see that. Sometimes I'm not the smartest boy in the room.
Oh, I'm never the smartest boy in the room.
Couldn't be farther from it. I'm going to.
Ooh, it's a 6 and 1.
Yeah, 6 in one hand. Oh.
Ooh, man, that was close. Oh, never mind. Damn it.
The hard part of like the fun of it is going like, oh, do you see it? Can you see it? Can you get it?
I know. It's like there's a couple of different things.
Please just let me kill Daryl. I've only got shot with one piece.
Just one boost. Hey, I'm not usually real cocky, but I like the games I make. This is fun. I'm having a fun time. If somebody else made this, I would have bought it and played it.
You can kill Daryl.
You can kill me, but you don't want to.
Technically,
I have to choose.
You can take one of my pieces, or you can take one of Daryl's pieces.
Yeah, I definitely have to choose here.
You can.
Yeah.
And here's where the political side. You back off. I send my guys one way, you send your guys the other way.
Daryl is already coming after me. He's already picked which person he's going after.
1, 2, 3,
Ah,
4,
you
5,
brat!
6. I put my leader in more jeopardy if I go that way.
He's not wrong. See, this is a good move. This is a good move. I personally like this one better.
Oh, I suppose, yeah. I didn't think
Right,
of that.
because he can do the diagonal
I do
kill.
have the 2.
I was also going to suggest it.
Yep.
If you're going to kill me right. Slap me and call me pretty.
But you're not.
I know. One of the things, and I'm too worried of the fragility of these pieces getting jostled around. Quick yay or nay, and it's overdone, I think. For some games it's okay, but where it is a mat that folds into a bag, you just put everything in the middle and you zip it up.
So you brought that up last time, like a neoprene mat or something like that, as far as the playboard.
Yeah.
I am absolutely not against it, because of the fact that we are already talking about this thing fitting in like a small like Commander Magic the Gathering Commander deck size box
almost. What do you think of it being a bag, like a dice bag that would completely
open up?
It'd be a circle with a square drawn in the middle, and it looks like a medieval time thing. I think it's too overdone, and I don't know the production side of it. But thoughts on that? I don't mind this being a mat, but I also think that might get expensive.
Keeping it in like a Commander style like package, it gave me that idea for the mini version too.
True.
So I went from a 6 to a 5. But Daryl still dies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right.
I needed a 4, so I could still get the lunge with the duelist.
Oh, hey guys, guess what? I'm down to 1. And that thief is coming for me, ain't he?
1.
Left is law, huh?
left is law.
I gotta go.
Who are you being? 3.
Deep breath.
It's not great either way. I can boost my lowest to a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and still not make it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can drop somebody down and pray for a miracle. You have range.
You've got him.
I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. You're right. Boost to 4. And now I've got some corpses to keep me company.
2 clerics to
and-
stay alive.
All right.
That was mean. That was. I don't know if that was your best move though, because you probably would have been better to try and play the political game. We've got 3 pieces. He's got 3 pieces. And
No.
and
I wasn't thinking politics. I was thinking blood.
well, yeah, tracking.
Yep.
I get that, and I concur. I approve.
For me, you're right, because I could have said, "Hey, Rob, let's chill.
Depending on my role, I was gonna be nice to you.
We could try this." But had I could back up, put a lot of faith in you, and yes, we could debuff the heck out of him, and whatever. This does give me a little bit of playroom where I might be able to pull some shenanigans out. It monkeys a bit with range stuff, so I'm okay with that. But I do see what you're saying now. Yes, that would have been the wiser move. Normally I'm all for talking out. I was just having that conversation today. But that's not for this. Rob, you are up.
Alrighty.
I mean, I see myself, like, especially with your games for some reason. I'm usually not the political player. I am the guy that's, well, if I kick this door in and I shoot this guy in the head, I'll be fine.
Yeah. Gee, I wonder where that mentality came from, Phil. With any of your background,
I don't
well, who would have
thunk?
Who would have thought?
So I'm going to a 4. Well, that I think 1. Nope, I'm still able to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. You got me.
There or there?
Almost there, but
So
Hey,
there
Rob.
I helped you.
Yeah. Rob, do you want to debuff Phil every turn, and for now we play nice?
Well, that's what the numbers say.
Yeah. Yeah. Come play with me, Phil. Smooth, bud. I would have maybe left your thief open for a run-in, but
yes, the Leroy Jenkins is usually the, but that is why you don't.
that's true. But here's the thing.
You've only
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But the problem is, I am dead if I do it. I may give Rob the game.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or you could be number 2.
Yeah, if
You could
I
pull
could
off
die
a
second.
So you can smoke check him right now.
Yeah.
And then continue to debuff me for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I cannot win against you this round. I could kill a round
And not finish last.
and not finish last. Boy,
See, like I said, I find myself playing.
you got me. You got me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, I would have debuffed you.
I know. Rob, I know. Had I not gotten 6, I was gonna tuck back in, tell you to come over to my playhouse, and we'd be like, you can't move.
I was gonna try to dodge an archer.
Yeah.
I have found myself with your games playing more and more political, and I think it's probably the fact that I end up playing the chaperone every single, well, other than the last 2 times that you and I have played, every single time, and it ends up being, why are you going after my trick-or-treaters? He's got 4 of them. You should be kicking his behind right now. Why aren't you going there? Little monster on monster action. Go ahead. And it's like, but yeah, never works.
No. No. I have one as the chaperone more often now with the new trick-or-treaters. Game. Good job.
Nicely done.
Awesome. That didn't feel too bad. How'd you feel you won as middle. I guess shut up. I don't care about your feelings.
So this actually takes away one of the things that I was, for me, I was looking at your board, always kind of frustrated me because it wasn't evenly set.
Yeah.
So there
I see
wasn't
what you're saying,
that center line is not a line,
Mhm.
it's a line of boxes. And it's like I was like,
You wanted that
like,
one little bit
yeah,
closer.
that's well, it's not one little bit closer. It's the fact that there's now 4 squares with an X in the middle, and it's like I never really liked the design, but now the design kind of comes through because we're solving a problem with a 3-player game.
Right. And for me, I like having a centerpiece.
Yep. Yep.
For
and
like
we talked about that before. Yep.
I could see the 4 spot being there, and I don't disagree with that, but for just like visual, when there's so much going on, my newer design, we have about, well, we could get a few more rounds in. I have a 5-minute timer, but I want to honor my 9 o'clock time as best I can. I know. Because here's the thing: we start, then it goes out. It's already a 14-hour day for me right now, back to back. So it's yep. Yeah, doing it on Pine Knot days is maybe not my smartest move, but it's how things work. I do have some cool stuff coming up. While we were picking, I'll chat and roll. All very close, but Phil takes her. Some cool stuff. I did have Esco. I'm running a club for Esco.
Dude, some of those boards, like that dodgeball game,
It wasn't
I'm
specifically dodgeball, but it was.
But
yes,
dodgeball-esque. I mean, I was.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Yep.
I will pay money for that kid to design his game. And
one of the students who did my summer one came back, and he had a very interesting, almost like Fox and Hound game. There's an old Fox and Hound game where you're chasing around, which I would love to do, but he had it. God, I wish I remembered the theme of it, because that was really the cinch for me. I love a good theme in a game that also mechanically works. That's what backs all my brain stuff. But oh really? I'm gonna do the fighter one. Didn't do it for me too well, so I'm actually gonna keep. You shall not pass.
Did last time. This is the first one.
But I had that last or this Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? Yes, it was Tuesday. So did that Tuesday. Coming Monday, I have 2 breakout sessions in our school where like all the paras and all the assistants are meeting, and then the teachers are going to another conference where I have 2 hours to talk about individually using games in classrooms.
My wife actually brought that up this evening.
Oh.
Because she's one of the pairs that you will be teaching on Monday for
yes.
For it, and she's been using. We got a card game last year called Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza.
Shut up.
Yeah.
What?
And it is a whole bunch of. There is a deck of cards, and it is pictures of taco, cat, goat, cheese, pizza. And you lay a card down, and if each person says the title of the game going around, so I start with taco, cat, goat, cheese, pizza.
Okay.
And you continue
it's like
that cycle. Stop. Yep. And if you the word that you say and the picture that you set down match, the last person to slap down on the deck gets everything that's in the pool. And it's the first person to have all of their cards gone is the winner of the game. And she has used that as kind of like the free time. We get to have a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
After you finish your work, kind of thing in a couple of her classes. So I absolutely think there is a place for board games, both like mathematically, strategically,
socially.
Yep.
For the RPGs, the
Yep.
forward thinking is a huge one that I don't think a lot of people get, especially like our kiddos. They're like, to teach a kid to like deck building games. This card is not useful to me now. This card will, like, it bugged me when I first started playing deck building games because I was like, why would I I'm gonna try this squad. I don't think I've really ran with this one a lot. Why would I pick this card and put it in the discard pile? I should get that in my hand. Well, no, it's because that's a future investment. That's going to be useful later. I have a chance of drawing that next round. Game mechanics wise, it's nice because it slows things down, and then you're like, okay, now let's get in. But like, to teach a kid that I should start investing a little savings account. I should think before I act. I should think of not even my immediate consequence, or consequence, good or bad, but my consequence of this 5 months down the road. I think it's huge. So for any of you who are watching who are para in the area and are going to this thing, you're going to hear all about it on that. And then the second club on next Tuesday. So that's Monday. Then Tuesday, back to the game club night. And we're going to be playing some games. And if the kids remember their stuff, we'll be playing some of the ones they made. And I told them they have the week to, like, update or whatever. And they all got the pieces and stuff. That's just fun for them. So, like, this last week and a half is just, like, pure board game. Starfinder, and it's just... I'm in a haze of games, and I love it. It's a good...
Well, tomorrow's my flex day for work, and we will be at one of the guys' houses tomorrow morning at 8. It's like a work day, except we will be. He just got his Kickstarter, Heroes of Barcadia. So we will be playing Heroes of Barcadia tomorrow morning. The downside of that is Heroes of Barcadia is a dungeon crawl-esque game that the main gimmick is the fact that your health is your glass of fluid. So Barcadia is literally like bar. It's a drinking
game, right?
Yeah. So you have full health. You have a full glass of whatever it is you're drinking. As you take damage, you drink down to the next line. So I'm gonna probably be drinking soda, but like Tyler was like, I'm absolutely bringing something to drink because it's the point of the game. It's like, but it's 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. No, I'm using my 3 for him, and then 1, 2. I mean, you can still slip. Yeah, so that was my 3. He come out. I'm popping. 1, 2, and then 1. I had to go on defensive fast there. Beans. But yes, Joe Clander had mentioned what was that other?
No. Take it back. Take it back.
Look,
and count it.
Look.
Take it back and count it.
I have to cut some of this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yes, that's how the last one.
That's how that one
went
too. And that's why Zach wasn't a huge fan of it, because he's like, oh, turn 2. I mean, it takes 2 seconds to play a game, and it takes 2 seconds to stop your whining. I don't care if you like the game or whatever. It's not for you. That's fine. Don't buy it. But like, you are an honorable man to tell him.
Yeah.
But Joe Clander had brought up the what's the drinking game?
See again, this is a point where, like a bard, I can re-roll mine, but why can't I make somebody else re-roll theirs?
Yeah, I just think it's you're nodding yes. You want someone else to re-roll?
Well, so
Yeah.
he just
like the
I
idea.
don't. It's like, okay, he rolls a 6. It's like it's a defensive at that point in time. Hey, re-roll your
Yeah.
6.
Right.
Friggin'
So, but the yes and yes. Then what we need to do is find the verbiage on how that reaction speed works. Like Magic has.
Right.
well, I mean, this would absolutely be. You see the roll. If he picks up, like, if I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, damn it, re-roll a 6.
Yep.
Friggin',
The
I
bar-
saw the move first. If he touches the piece, it's too late.
It does give the bard a reactive quality. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Hey, I get to
mean-
finally use the knight like I want him to.
Oh, dang.
I'm gonna. He's gonna probably be taken by the thief, but it's something.
You gotta use them.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Get the kill. The knight can move back from kills with the rest. And then I'm gonna do 1, 2 with my remaining. I'm gonna.
3, 4, 5, 6. You'd be better to go here.
Oh, pop off there and there. But what about this guy? 1, 2, 3, 4.
The rook.
Ooh, I would say move your cleric up for defense. So use your 2 to pop him up, so it's a low roll if he gets in here.
Mm-hmm.
And then just if the piece is lost, the piece is lost.
Yeah.
But I.
1, 2.
Ooh.
Yep. And then he's got a debuff on one of his things.
One,
The corpse, the body barriers. However, we're gonna. He can do
He's
it.
got to roll 2 6s.
Oh, God.
Or not.
And you debuff me.
Of course I did.
Double 1s.
Phil, I want to appreciate this. It is rare
Okay.
that I hear you swear. And I'm going to have to do some substantial editing in this video because, man alive, it was great. It was why it's nice. I mean, it's public. We're all adults, whatever. But, like, this is nice where we can do it in post. But, like, it was a beautiful thing because I've always been, like, a little abashed because I can be a bit of a sailor. But, it was refreshing, Phil. And it was well-deserved. Yep. Poor duck got involved. It was beautiful. Rob, my turn again?
Yeah, I realized the move that I would have made otherwise.
All right.
That's it.
Yeah.
I was gonna move there if I took it back.
Yeah. And I would have, well, buffing me one wouldn't have, but that thief had some work to move around. Even as a thief, those body barriers are so.
Yep.
Um,
That's the only thing that kind of kept him in at that point in time was
Yep.
the fact that.
And then my mage being able to shove that over.
It's a good combo.
That's a fun combo. It is. It gives me enough of like, okay, I do need to push this barrier one extra, or I do need to give my knight that one more to like step back or get the kill. This could have also been
Scary.
Mm-hmm.
I like the duelist.
Yeah.
I do too.
I do.
So many people undervalue it, and they're like, it's just a less valuable jouster, and I don't see it. I think it is a different beast.
No, I would absolutely agree with you. I mean, getting that lunge.
Mm-hmm. You can turn one kill somebody.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, if you're sitting like on the edge, if you put the duelist on the corner and somebody else is doing the same thing and cornering up.
Yep.
If you're the last one to play and you're the first person to roll and you roll a 6, somebody's losing a piece
Before
right off
they
the
even
crack.
get out the gate.
Yep.
Yep. And it's rare enough where I'm not going to do it. The only other thing is I can't wait for the fun community making like team names. Like, so I had one that was with the original rules, it was either this or this was Blitzkrieg.
I was Team Citrus just now.
Yeah,
Green, orange, and yellow.
yeah, orange. Yep. A little lemon lime and orange going on. I wanted to have the Bard could be renamed as the Joker, but the Joker, the Knight, and the Thief for the song Joker, the Thief, and the Knight. So the Joker, and the Thief, and the Knight,
That's cool.
because puns are the best thing ever. So, boys, for my sanity and keeping promises, we're probably coming to the end of this, but this was hyper valuable. I feel good. I can add a little dot to the corner of those things and say, if you're playing a 3-player, further testing can commence. I feel fine. Do you like that?
I think it's the smoothest, and like I said, for me aesthetically, I didn't like the way the board was at the beginning.
Right.
Now this has an absolute reason why that center lane is there. And I think
you can just call me a genius. You don't have to tiptoe around. No. But right, like I agree with you. Where like, especially if we're doing the quad fold, it would be nice where I'm not slicing a piece down the middle.
Yep.
But I like having that center piece so my eye can see this is a center. I can kind of compute brainily over here. That's not a word. It now is. TM. I can brainily see the center easier. But right, now it does have that quick, like, I have my channel. Rob, this is the first time the first sets of games of Skirmish. You've played with some of the new rules. How does it feel?
It feels great. Like I said, I like the classic chess feel, so that validates not moving on to a hex system for this game.
Yep.
But just character mechanics, like I like that everybody's got its unique role.
I think
we
that
talked
was one
about
of
the different mechanics.
Absolutely one of the things that I liked.
Yeah. I think we got very lucky. And it's interesting to see different play groups come and being like, when we did the big game group, there were 2 main tables playing at that time.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 games going on here, and both of them had a very solid opinion of who the best fighters were and why they liked them. The other table had a very separate thought.
Our table was almost strictly melee, with 1 or 2 people going with the clerics and the bards. And I tell you, I've played the wizard once.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of the piece.
Yeah.
But I have seen it mess up my game. So
I think this new... Yep, I think this new, I can cast it 2 out, and there's not that 3-turn return of, I have to risk my wizard, I have to cast it, I have to back away, and I can move it.
Yeah, you're putting out barriers on turn 1. That didn't happen last time we were playing.
No, because I would want them, unless I was playing 2 wizards and a cleric or something, and I was trying to do this to the best of my abilities, and then maybe even with the body bag, move a wizard out there so I have only 2 slots of entry to castle. Yeah, I think that pops out. I would at some point like to test range 3.
Okay.
And see if that got too nuts. But 2 works. Rob, anything that you would like to change or you see as an issue that you had that wasn't great for you?
No immediate concerns. I think we discussed my suggestions earlier. But since then, yeah, I've just been enjoying playing more rounds, getting to know all the characters.
Yeah.
The game is fun.
And it develops, it mentally develops too, because like I said, I think there's this bell curve of I'm not sure what's going on, I'm not going to put a ton of thought because I'm learning these characters, blah, blah, blah. And then there's that top peak of, I know the characters, now I'm really going to think of this strategy, I'm going to win. And again, I am a man of chance. I like the mechanic of rolling for how far you get is what makes this game to me. And you go, within the best of my abilities, I'm going to control that as well as I can and use my tactics and do that. And then you realize, this is a game of just chaos. And there's so much.
I think that is, with both of the games that we're going to have out this year, All Hallows Eve and Skirmish, there is that level of chance that the game can just go sideways for somebody in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
So I am personally excited. That's one of the reasons why I'm kind of excited to go to that, like almost the complete opposite for monsters, aliens, and mechs.
And I don't disagree. I do think there's a time, there is a place where people can math the game out, or they can go, this does this, period.
Yep.
No ends or ifs about it. I think there is games for that. I don't play a lot of those games, which is why I don't design a lot. But having people on board that do is
so with. I guess we can stop this before we go on to something else.
So Rob, Phil, thank you so much for coming and doing this. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I'll be back
for
again.
all of those. Yeah, sweet.
Heck yeah.
Yep, and for all of those of you out there, thank you for tuning in and watching this. I certainly appreciate it. All of your likes and views help, and it just helps spread the word, and you get to see what we're making. And I love sharing the process of making games with people, showing you what it takes to do it, and being very open and not being like, oh, we just pop out a game and it's great, and it's like, this is the fun and the ucky sides of board game making, and I think that's a neat thing for you guys to see. So thank you for joining us on this ride. Is Daryl Davey from Oaken Hollow Games, Phil and Rob as well. Thank you so much. Have a great evening.